What if the doorways to another world have been hiding in plain sight for thousands of years, and the people who control the official narrative have spent centuries trying to make sure we forget they exist? Today we're diving into one of the oldest threads running through human mythology: stories of an inner Earth, hidden civilizations, and portals that connect our world to something far older than recorded history. Alternative historians say trade with subterranean peoples was once common, until powerful religious authorities moved to close off those connections and forbid contact. A 1920s newspaper report describes Mount Shasta locals seeing mysterious figures dressed in white, coming down from the mountain to trade for supplies, paying with old, unfamiliar gold coins. These access points, or portals, tend to appear at sacred sites, mountains, unusual rock formations, and ancient temples. Mesoamerican legend describes a figure called Pakal, said to have traveled through underground passageways known as the Serpent Tunnels, with entrances at temples in Tibet, the Andes, and beyond. The theory describes Earth as having two crusts: an outer surface we live on, and an inner surface lining a hollow interior with its own oceans, mountains, and continents reached through large openings near the poles. A Chinese pilgrim described a region inhabited by a serpent-associated people called the Nagas, who traded valuable goods with humans without ever showing themselves, leaving items with price tags attached. Ancient Chinese tradition credits a serpent-bodied figure with teaching early humans language and civilization. A serpent origin story echoed across many cultures. One of the strangest threads connecting these stories is what happens to time inside these places. In Japanese legend, a fisherman visits an underwater palace and stays what feels like 3 days, only to return and find 300 years have passed. A strikingly similar story appears in the Quran and in early Christian tradition. A group of people retreat into a cave, fall asleep, and wake roughly 300 years later. Could these stories, separated by oceans and centuries, describe the same phenomenon? Across cultures, legends describe hidden chambers, halls of records, said to hold ancient knowledge preserved on crystal tablets, kept safe for a future time when humanity might need it. One researcher says Maya elders describe these as meeting points, where people from the sky return to consult with ancestors whose knowledge is stored underground, safeguarded in case the surface world is destroyed. Visitors describe an invisible barrier protecting these chambers, something that can't simply be broken through. Some say only certain people, prepared in specific ways, can even perceive these places. To everyone else, it just looks like a mountain. This connects to something bigger: the idea of a planetary energy grid. The theory holds that ancient megalithic structures were built along invisible lines of energy circling the globe, placed deliberately at the points where these lines intersect. Researchers have pointed to real geomagnetic anomalies at places like Sedona, linked to changes in brainwave activity. NASA has also documented magnetic portals that open and close in Earth's magnetic field on a regular basis. The boldest version connects these grid points to the Sun and the galactic center, a kind of electrical superhighway carried by charged plasma. Some call this connection point the stargate. This brings us to the Bermuda Triangle and the Devil's Triangle off Japan, according to this theory, connected points on the same grid. One famous account describes a pilot encountering a strange, ring-shaped cloud near the Bahamas that rapidly expanded into a tunnel nearly 30 miles wide. Even far from the ocean, similar disappearances have been reported. Alaska's Mount Hayes region has been linked to a startling number of missing persons cases, including a famous case involving a US congressman whose plane vanished without a trace. So, ancient tunnels, sealed portals, time-bending caves, a planet-wide energy grid, and disappearances spanning from Mexico to Alaska. Coincidence? Or pieces of the same ancient puzzle someone decided we shouldn't put back together? Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you want part 2 on the Hall of Records under the Sphinx, smash that subscribe button